I came out to fry some ramen. On a cook set that I just received. I got it off of Amazon. It's called a wood gasifier stove, and I'll leave the link in the description as to what it is. This is going to be a giveaway video, so if you're watching this, I'll put the date on the screen of the upload, and it will start that week. It'll go for about 7 days before I take it down and contact the winner. I'll look around for some sticks to cut up so I can use to cook this ramen in the wood gasifier stove. So let's get on with the video. Okay, what I'm going to do is unpack it here and explain it as I go, showing you what comes inside this kit. So taking off the top, you have a bowl or a frying pan, similar to a frying pan. At the bottom, inside the mesh bag, you have a larger style folding handle pot. So these can nest together. This will turn into a lid. Or if you want, what you're cooking is small, you can even flip it upside down and use this as a lid. Now inside you have a scrubber. This is a, I don't know, but once it gets wet, this thing scrubs pretty good. You have a ladle with a folding handle, which is pretty cool. I haven't seen these in any of the other kits that I've gotten. You pinch the handles and it folds up. You have 3 bowls, pretty small size bowls. But I mean, if you're serving soup like ramen or something like that, you can, you know, serve up 3 people with that. Inside this little Velcro style bag, you have a collapsible folding fork that has a lock that slides down over the handle, or on the handle, over the back of the fork, so that way it doesn't collapse on you while you're using it. This cook set is anodized aluminum, so you don't want to use metal utensils on your cook set. It has a spoon that has the same locking mechanism. If I can get it to slide, there it goes. It slides down over the top of the spoon, so that way it'll lock up and won't fold on you while you're using it. And it has a butter knife, which is somewhat sharp. Sharper than any butter knife I own in my kitchen cabinets. So you can use this to slice up your food for food prep, or you can butter your bread with it. Okay, you have a wooden spoon. This is your stir spoon, or it's a rice spatula. So it's your spatula, it's your stir stick, it's your everything else, so you don't scratch up your cookware. It came with a locking carabiner that is not meant for climbing, but it locks up, so you can screw it tight and it'll keep from collapsing and folding in and breaking. But it is not load bearing. It says not for climbing on it, so don't climb with it. But that's pretty cool. Pretty cool little key ring. It feels like it's titanium. Could be wrong, could be aluminum. More than likely it's aluminum. Okay, I'm going to repackage this silverware so that way I can keep track of all this stuff. This is a really thorough kit. I like it. It's pretty much everything you need in a kit to go out and cook, you know, aside from the food and the water. Okay, this comes with a stove. Now this one is wood burning. I believe there's a kit also available with a rocket stove in it. So I got soot on my hands because I've actually fired this up already. I'll throw some pics in. So the stove is 3 components. Then it has a trivet at the top, so you can put any size pot or pan on it. So this is everything you get in the kit. Last I looked, it was $25 on Amazon, which I think is a steal of a deal. You're getting everything you need to go out and cook in the outdoors. Or an emergency situation, you know, like the lights go out, you have all this food in your freezer, you got to cook it up. This thing's pretty neat. It runs on sticks. You can see, maybe you can see the pile of sticks that I have there. That's basically everything I'm going to need to cook this meal. I'm going to start this off by preloading the bottom. You can see I'm in the sand. I'm in Washington. Typically it's a wet state here, but it's been pretty dry lately. And I've been waiting to do this video because we've been under a burn ban. But because it rained yesterday and the day before, we should be okay. Okay, so first I'm going to fry and cook the noodles. I don't need a lot of water because I'm just going to end up draining it out. I'm going to save the vegetable packet that comes with it. There we go. I think I'll use the lid too. Now, like I said, the cool thing about this is that I can put basically any size pot on this that I want. Now, while I have that cooking, I'm going to slice up some of these vegetables. Now, this wood is maple, so it's going to burn hot and it's going to burn long. Okay, some of these vegetables that I brought with me need to be cut up a little bit. This knife is called the Seek, which stands for Survival, Escape, and Evasion. And this is a knife by Patrick Day at Pack Knife. I will put a link in the description to how to get a hold of him if you're interested in this. He's also the one that is making the tracker style, WSK style knives. His version is called the Raptor. It's not called the Tracker. Get rid of some of this, the end pieces there. I'm gonna have to get some of these bowls over here. Okay. We got ants have come out to join me because they want to eat. A little bit of green onion in here. More celery. So what I plan on doing is cooking these noodles down to where they just become soft. And then I'm going to drain the water out and add a little bit of oil. To fry them up. Something else about this knife is that the newer versions that he's doing are a little bit different than this one. This is basically a prototype, and the new ones will be done in 3V, which is a somewhat of a super steel, or it is a super steel. So this is what it looks like. He's got taper tang. You can see I've had this one for a while, so you have taper tang. It's basically, it's a 1/4 inch steel, and he narrows down the tip to a false swedge. I think that's what you call it. It's got lots of belly. You can choke up on it, or you can bring it back like that. I really like this knife. I don't use it enough because I like my trackers, and I'm still learning to use my trackers, even though it's been, you know, I've used them for a couple of years. There's always more to learn. So because I kind of latched onto that design and it is my favorite, I continue to try to push myself to get better at using it, more efficient. I'll just throw that out, let the birds eat on that. This is cabbage. So you can see the belly really slices well, especially when it comes to food prep, as well as whittling on wood. Slices very well. Okay, these carrots are already done, so I don't need to prep those anymore. That is the Pacniv Seek. Great knife. So that got a little messy, but it's okay because we're outdoors and the animals will eat this. And I will collect my trash. And let's check on these noodles. I know I didn't show it, but the stove is pretty easy to operate. All I had to do was add sticks to it. The fire went out, so I just added a couple of sticks and it was good to go. So I'm going to call the noodles good. I'm going to drain the water out of it. Okay, I'm going to leave it the way it is right now. Now I'm going to add the vegetables to it, the seasoning packet, the vegetable packet. Take care of some of this trash so it doesn't blow off. Got the wind blowing a little bit today. Add a little bit of soy to it right now, so it keeps a little bit of liquid in here. Just one little packet of soy and some oil. because I gotta fry it. Now I want to save a little bit of oil for this General's chicken, because that I'm going to have to constantly stir as I'm cooking it. Stir it up a little bit. Try to get the seasoning mixed in. There we go. Got flame come back. Didn't take much. It went out. I had to add a couple of sticks to it to and some oxygen. It needed a little bit of oxygen. Not bad though. Okay, so here's a ramen. This is actually, it's going to be quite a bit. So I might not be able to eat all of it. I still have General's chicken to cook up after this too. So I'll fry this and let it sit while I'm cooking the General's chicken. But I wanted to get the oil in there to evenly coat everything. And at some point my battery's going to die on that, so I apologize for whatever I miss out and whatever you guys miss out on. There we go. Get that on there cooking. Throw another stick in there. You can hear it frying up in there. I'm not really getting anything sticking yet. I have to be careful though, because this is a high heat. And so it's not going to take very long for it to start burning. Basically it's high heat, and I prefer to fry noodles, things like that, on a medium. But with that oil that I put in there, I can hear it sizzling. Okay, I'm gonna take the chicken, put the chicken in the small pot. I'm gonna add oil to this as well. Just about ready to take those noodles off. They're cooking a lot hotter than I want them to. But they're done. All the vegetables are soft, and some of these noodles are crispy. So I'm going to call that a win. And I'm going to move on to the chicken. That is actually really good. And I think part of the reason why it's so good is because I don't get that many noodles anymore, except for when I go out on hikes. My wife is gluten-free, and I'm trying to be supportive by also being gluten-free. So basically, the only time that I get to eat noodles and stuff like this is when I'm out on the trail. Man, I can't stay away from those noodles. Those are delicious. This chicken is browning up pretty good. Now, it's not going to take very long to cook this chicken. Okay, as I mentioned before, there's going to be a giveaway. Now, I don't recall if I gave all the details for that giveaway, but this company was nice enough to send me an extra stove, and I wanted to pass it on to the viewer. So you'll be getting everything you saw inside this stove kit. You have to be a subscriber and put "I'm in" at the bottom in the comments section. I'll put a number next to your name. The drawing will go from 1 week from the day that I post the video. That way everybody has an opportunity. I'll ship it just about anywhere, as long as you're able to receive it. Now the General's chicken I just got from Wenco, basically. Alright, I'll bring you back in just a minute. I'm going to serve it up. You can see the carrots and the green onion, the celery, and the cabbage. Okay. Let's get some of this General's chicken on top. Some of that ooze. There we go. Oh, that was really good. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the outdoors, everybody.